Markets are important, money is important, but the people helping you manage it, you tell us, are also important. So with that, we thought we'd start a new series with the whole team here at 10 Capital over the following months called Why I'm Here, about why we love doing what we do for so many of you. So despite all appearances of being another lazy week here in the summer, lots going on here at the firm. Jake Tim is over at the Northwest Investment Forum presenting this week. The whole team's working this new tech that we're about to roll out to being a point that's ever so close to being able to show you, which I'm so excited about. And we've also been able to get some great feedback from last week's commentary, which apparently really struck a note, which is always nice to hear. Ben put out a great piece on Medicare, and I wrote a piece on our investment philosophy, which apparently did a better job of explaining things than I have in the past. Whatever works. We just want to help bring, again, more clarity to you all. This week, we're going to start a series called Why I'm Here that really gets behind what brought each of the members of 10 Capital to the team and what is it that inspires them and fills them with passion to do what they do. I told them that this was an idea that I had. They are mostly excited about it. I told them I would go first. And for me, it was really a few things. Number one, obviously, I wanted to find something that I thought I could do a decent job at, something that would provide an environment that would help me to do my best work and maximize those talents and abilities. And finally, and most importantly, leave me with a sense of real purpose. I distinctly remember, though, asking my parents, particularly my mom, what should I be when I grow up? Probably a common question kids ask, and my mom telling me, good people are needed in any field. And that really set the tone for me to, again, never put getting better at something above getting better as a person. And so I try to keep my focus there first and foremost, but to the extent that God blessed me with certain talents and of course brought so many people into my life to help nurture and train me in different respects, I wanted to find something that would do that and challenge me both intellectually as well as emotionally, being a little bit of an introvert. And for me, being an advisor brought all that together. Not only is it something that is ever-changing, impossible to ever perfect in terms of the markets. It brings in sociology and psychology and mathematics and politics and economics, all of which are disciplines that I find fascinating. But then you've got to be able to distill that all down and connect to people on a very real basis and not only genuinely care, but be able to convey that to them as well. And to me, that was just a beautiful ongoing challenge. If I've learned one thing in my life, it's that leaning into challenges gets you closer to the truth usually than trying to run away from them. And to me, that presented that challenge that I really looked forward to trying to take on. Second was, again, finding that environment that would help bring those talents out. Anytime you're going through a challenge, every day certainly isn't easy. We all know that. And we need to have people around us who will encourage us to, again, continue that walk, help teach us along the way as well. And so I wanted to find an environment. And while I've had that in pieces perhaps throughout my career, really a big reason for starting the firm was bringing together people who were like-minded, who really wanted to cheer for each other, pull for each other, work together. And I'm proud to say we've built that here. We've got a nice weekly 10 coming out with Ben about hearing what a great guy he was once upon a time and deciding it wasn't really his clients I was after, it was him, and bringing him into the fold. And of course, he's been a great team member, but that goes for everybody that's here. We really do have a group that cares about you, the clients, but also each other. And I think that comes through when people walk in and say, hey, I feel like everybody here has been waiting for me to arrive, or this is such a fun environment. That's all an impact, a result of, again, a culture of people who care about the work that they're doing here. Finally, is a purpose in helping others. Storytelling and or teaching come from a long line of teachers is something that's one of those talents, the ability to take the complex and hopefully distill it down into something that's a bit simpler, albeit not all the time with the same amount of effectiveness. But again, that's that ongoing challenge that I'm trying to take on. of really helping people find contentment. I remember growing up in a home of modest means, and in a community in Clarkson, Washington, of very modest means, and realizing at a pretty early age that money was a struggle for everyone. I think what I've come to learn is whether you have a little or you have a lot, that challenge continues in different respects. And so obviously I deal more with the latter now with the clients that we work with who have done well and saved and are bright people, but by the same token, so many new and different challenges to take on, and helping people walk through that was something that I continue to find a great deal of purpose with. And I know that's the team here too, is taking that challenge on. And so again, yes, there's that challenge of the markets and building complex financial plans or helping go through business transitions with people. That's a very, very real part of the job. But like anything, like a sport is about the talents you bring to the table, so is the mental side, so is the emotional side. And for me, perhaps like any good coach or colleague or teammate, it's the ability to try to bring those two things together, or at least be aware of them and that ongoing need to get better around those things that we want to continue to focus on and bring to the table for you all. Last 2 points I'd say surround that purpose is really trying to, again, take an industry that to date had been so impersonal around things that are so personal, and had often approached things, clients, as something to be taken advantage of as opposed to be taken care of, and bring that back around and together. And so to be a firm of full transparency, to be a firm that doesn't seek to gain clients or keep clients by convincing you can't live without us out of fear and that it'll all fall apart, but rather to inspire that you have a partner, you have a friend in this. And that's why you want to work with us, is because you want someone, again, in that boat when the storm hits, or to walk that path together with you. That's what drives us. That's why I'm here. I'll let my colleagues go next. But again, confronting challenges and building communities for the betterment of others at the end of the day is the synopsis of it. And I thank you all so much for giving me a chance to do that with and for so many of you. Thank you.